Today'sMilitary.com can be your path to a fulfilling career. You have a calling, we have an answer. Find your way at Today'sMilitary.com.
Kiss 107.1 is WTLZ Saginaw with Steve Harvey in the morning and simply the best R&B all day. Take us everywhere. Your smartphone, in your car, to work, or live at KissWTLZ.com. We're Kiss 107.1.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen. I am Kareem Bowen, born and raised all the days of my life. I'm in the studio today with my main man, Rob. Father Rob, what's good?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm feeling good, feeling free.
Good.
Rob is loving the weather. He got his toes waving to the world on today. Rob, this is your weather. We're moving into Rob's season. Rob, what sign are you? Not that
I'm a Taurus. I had a birthday about 2 weeks ago.
Y'all see this, my man.
I'm 63 years young.
63. You look pretty good for your old man status. All right. Well, we're just moving out of Taurus season. We hit the next season. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know.
It's going to be on the 21st or 22nd. Go to Gemini.
Okay, so a couple of days. Well, happy belated to Rob. I don't know how I forgot that because
that's all right.
But anyways, charge it to my head and not my heart, Rob. You know, I certainly love you.
I keep it low key. Thank you.
He always doesn't tell anybody. And so today I'm excited. Today we have Miss Renee Morris. She's going to be with us. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Juneteenth celebration of 2023. I'm going to have to see if we're going to do a test today to see if Rob and Renee are going to be able to keep their black cards. Their black cards are in peril of in jeopardy of being lost on today. We're gonna give them a quick test. I wish y'all could see the looks on their faces right now because they're looking like, Kareem, what are you getting ready to do? But I certainly want to give a shout out to everyone who's listening. Look, Rob, I think one of your favorite people is in the stream. Hello, guys. Happy birthday, Rob. Geraldine Moore Walker. You're a bad man if you can't even get your mama to support you, you know. So Bob, she happens to be the first one in the stream.
Thank you, Geraldine. Thank you.
All right, and so some of you guys are looking like, Kareem, what is this thing you got going across our screen? I'm seeing the branding logo. Those of you in social media, your brother is being a little bit lazy on today, but we getting it together. But I want to talk about. Well, actually, I don't want to talk about anything. I want to start by giving my most sincere condolences, heartfelt prayers and expression. Family has lost, we know, brother Adrian Smith, and I know everybody out there feels like they were a part of his family. I happen to be a part of his family. He married my cousin, or into the family. He married his brother had married my cousin, so we were cousins, play cousins, family cousins by marriage, however you want to do that. But Adrian was a beautiful soul. It's almost hard to talk about Adrian without mentioning his brother Tarb. You may know them by twins side by side. Their barbershop right there on Genesee and in the city of Saginaw. They have touched the lives, the hearts, and the heads of so many people here in our community, and our hearts and prayers are with them. I will be playing a part in the celebration at Victorious Believers Ministries. There's a family hour, I believe, at 10 a.m. and the funeral will begin promptly at 11 a.m. That's 624 South Outer Drive. For those of you who are wondering or you didn't get the information, go out, come and pay your respects there. It's going to be a great homegoing celebration. It's crazy, Rob and Renee, because I spent so much time with Adrian and Tard. You can't just say Adrian. You can't just say Tard. Even, Tard's wife has to say Adrian and Tard because they were such a package deal. And my heart's I cannot even begin to understand or quantify the magnitude of the loss that I'm sure his brother is feeling. I know his family and all of those other things, but they say that there's different connections when you're a twin. Mm-hmm. And when you're a twin, they say that, they can finish each other's sentences. Mm-hmm. They talk about having same thoughts. They talk about the type of lives that they end up. These two twins, they ended up both barbers, sharing a place, cutting side by side, hence the name, for all of their lives. And to imagine that one of them is gone, Saginaw, you can imagine the loss that we're feeling, knowing that iconic duo is no more. So you can imagine the loss that he must be feeling and the family is feeling, because they were so close. So our hearts and prayers are out to you today. Straight Talk salutes you, Adrian Smith, and our hearts and prayers with the entire Smith family. Being as I ain't forgot about you, baby. Love you as well. Just everyone, his wife, Fontella, everybody out there. Hearts and prayers. There will be a memorial choir. I know that they were rehearsing on Saturday. I wasn't able to be there because I was at a prayer breakfast with you, Miss Renee. So it should be an amazing occasion. Pastor Chris, we all grew up together in ministry. That's one of the things. And I know that I was over there probably for about 25, 26 years. And they came in, maybe 6 or 7 years after we had been there. So we were literally growing up in life and in ministry together. So he's going to be doing the eulogy. My prayers are with you as well, my brother, Pastor Chris. The entire nation of VBMers, if you pass part of the thing, current people, family, friends, everybody. I love you. I love you. I love you. Let's continually pray for everybody that is impacted, and the entire community, our entire Saginaw community mourns along with you. All right. Moving from there to a little bit better news. I want to ask the question, Rob. I couldn't wait to get here because I said Rob's going to have an interesting take on this. Rob, what is going on with Jamie Foxx?
Oh, wow.
What is your take? What's your spin?
I don't know. He just works hard, and that's all I know about him other than the hospital stay. I don't know much about what happened to him, or whether or not he had a stroke or he had some medical issues.
Well, this is the thing. It's interesting because I was watching an episode of one of the podcasts, and Jamie Foxx happened to be the main guest on there. And he was, I think it was maybe Tank's podcast was RBN, right. And he was sharing with how, he had been mistaken by some Hollywood celebrity individual, some white Hollywood celebrity. You've heard it.
Right.
And he was talking about how they were doing cocaine all night, allegedly. And she, in the morning, after everything, she was talking about how she was a bad mother. And in the morning, she was saying how, well, he made the joke. He doesn't do that. He goes to church or something. He said it was a joke, but it was like tongue in cheek, which kind of gave you the impression that they were having a good night on the town somewhere in Hollywood. And she thought he was Rick Fox. And so I had heard a series of reports from other folks who were in the industry about his partying behaviors. And so it was just kind of interesting that a lot of these things came, and then all of a sudden he ended up in the hospital. And no one knows what took place. Our hearts and prayers are definitely with him. His daughter said that she made the response that he was playing pickleball. He had been out of the hospital for weeks.
Right. Yeah. You get conflicting information.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. So our hearts and prayers are with him. It is just very sad. But what I'll tell you what this says to me, and this is why it's so important, because Jamie Foxx is a relatively young man who has had extreme success, who appears to have enjoyed life and enjoys life to the full. But you never know when the last time is when you'll have the ability to appreciate, to love, to forgive, to say I'm sorry, to say I love you with folks. And so we really have to begin to start taking life a bit more seriously. Focus on the main things. If you love folks, if you love them, and that's what you're feeling in your heart, then get over the things that are making you upset with them. Get over the minor things. We stay mad for decades and forget what we're upset about. Over nothing. We forget what we're upset about, and we continue these standoffs, and people are leaving here You don't have to be old to die anymore, as my grandmother used to say. They're leaving at a young age, so we want to make sure that we're continually in our prayers. Jamie Foxx, you're continually in our thoughts. So all of you that are coming into the social media stream, Jeff Bulls, Alma Collier, Stacy Crosby, Sharon Patrick. Yes. Prayers for our Adrian's wife, Nakimo. Thank you so much, Sharon Patrick, Elma Ball Collier. So true. So let's make sure that we love folks. Rob, I love you.
I love you too, Rob.
Well, thank you. I love you too.
I love you, Renee.
I love you too.
All right. See how easy that was. And so I'm not even going to be mad about the fact that I'm mad at you today, Renee. I'm just joking. I'm not mad at you. But we're going to continue with what's on my mind. All right. Congratulations, I think, for Saginaw O's Darvin Ham. He made it to the Western Coast Finals. And good googly goo, what is going on with the Lakers? I knew that this would be a tough match, Rob. Just the matchup of what's Yanko, John, whatever the big dude that reminds me of the guy from Rocky when Rocky was fighting the Russian. I can never pronounce his name, but the center from the Denver Nuggets. He is a hard matchup. He is a formidable opponent. We'll see what the mastermind, the mad scientist, Darvin Ham, can go into the laboratory and pull out. Right now, it's a 3-0. Not very many teams. I don't think there may have been one instance, if ever, of a team coming from behind 3-0. They are going to L.A. This game was in L.A., so we'll see what happens. But I don't know if we're playing taps and getting ready to say rest in peace, Lakers, or we'll have something to celebrate. And on a lighter note, I want to give a shout out to Miss Madison Rico. Had the opportunity to attend. McDonald's had a art competition for the students in the city of Saginaw. She won the art competition. She happens to be my beautiful cousin, but she won. There was a monetary prize that was there. But I'll tell you, the real prize was seeing this young woman articulately express why she wrote why she drew what she did, and the meaning behind it, and how excited she was for the opportunity, and the fact that her artwork, the art that they did, was a big 3x5 thing, will be in the McDonald's. It's across from on Michigan Avenue, across from Covenant Healthcare, and then replicas of that, I believe, on beginning June 6th, will appear at 61 McDonald's across the state. What an amazing feat for a high school freshman, I believe that she is. So congratulations, Madison Rico. She's got a bright future ahead as it relates to that. I also, just a couple announcements we got to get out before we get to this. We're going to talk, see if Rob and Renee will keep their black card on today as we talk about Juneteenth. And they're giving me this crazy grin. We're going to put it to the test. And you all that are out there in social media land, go get a pen and a piece of paper. And we're going to take a really brief test because we're going to see if y'all really deserve to have a Juneteenth celebration. Because if you don't understand the history, we're canceling Juneteenth for this year. All right. But I want to say really quickly, the family car will take place this coming Saturday, May the 27th. It is absolutely free. Family, listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you. In our community, we don't go and talk to folks. We don't put our feet up and talk to therapists and psychologists and counselors. It's not something we have typically done. We're getting better. But this particular play, The Family Car, is about good mental health. How do we obtain it? The things that are necessary. Life be lifing. So we have to take care of ourselves. We have to love ourselves as much as we love those that are around us. And a part of that is making sure that we have good mental health. We had Leisha Tatum on our sister station on one of the shows. She was here at KISS 107. May 27, tickets are free, but you got to get online. Go to the Temple, get your ticket there, and you can make it in the building. It's at the Temple Theater this coming Saturday. Rob, you got information on that?
Oh, Women of Colors too. Their headquarters there. I don't have the address for Women of Colors, but on the previous show,
yes,
I think they announced that.
Women of Colors. We had Evelyn McGovern on last week talking about that as well.
And it's free.
And it is absolutely free.
Happening from 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Is it 4 o'clock?
It's 4 o'clock.
All right, 4 o'clock in the evening. I never get the times right, so that's why I never ask. Say, get the information. You'll know what time it is. Don't say, well, he said on the radio, because I'm late to half of the stuff I try. I'm trying to do better. Amen. The Michigan Better Heart of the City Awards will take place June 8th. Yours truly will be a part of that, 5:30 p.m. This is really one of the most inclusive, cross-sectional awards galas that celebrates everybody. The Michigan Banner and the Hispanic Banner are coming together. La Razas, por la comunidad, to make great things happen. And so I'm excited about that. If you don't have your ticket, you need to go to michiganbanner.org or call somebody, get a hold of someone over at the Saginaw Community Foundation. All right, we're going to talk about Juneteenth celebrations. I got the Juneteenth woman in the house, but before we talk about Juneteenth, and we make the determined together as a family. I hope you have your pencil and papers. Saginaw Jokic, thank you so very much. If I would read my comments, I never remember that Joker's number. Jokic is his name. He is, thank you so very much, Jeff. He is, and my mom's back home, Jokic is his name. She's a basketball. That's why I got the name Kareem. My mom knows basketball. She watches basketball. She'll give her commentary on basketball. And I'm like, what do you know, 70-year-old woman, about basketball? She know the players' names that I can't remember. All right, great evening as well, Sharice Del Phillips. I want you all that are listening, go get a piece of paper and a pen. We're going to take a quiz in just a quick second. I am here with the creator of something called Cosby, a coalition of successful Black entrepreneurs. For those of you who are listening, we're about to let the cat out the bag. We are bringing together all of our minority businesses, and we're creating a Black business chamber. And this is so that we can work together on some things that we've identified in the community. We're also looking at how we can support one another. This coming Juneteenth celebration is a great indication and an example of what it is that we're doing. I'm a firm believer that collaboration is the thing that inspires innovation. I say that all of the time. So what we're going to talk a little bit about Cosby on this side of the commercial. We're going to take y'all test to see if you keep your black card, Rob and Miss Renee, and those who are in the social media stream. And then we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about Juneteenth. So, Miss Renee, share a little bit about Cosby.
Cosby, the Chamber of Successful Black Entrepreneurs, was started in 2002. It was a brainchild of the SAMBA, Saginaw Afro-American Minority Business Association, where before SAMBA, it was the Saginaw Black Business Association. It was started by some of our pioneers, Norm Braddock, Lula Braggs Galloway, Jerome.
Some of the old leaders. Yes.
Some of my mentors, I was the youngest one in the group, but I became president, and through our next step was to build the Black Chamber. I got sick, so it went dormant, and I decided to come back in 2019, right before COVID. And then I had to take a kind of a detour. But then we decided, once that Juneteenth was established as a federal holiday, that we would recognize Miss Braggs and do the Juneteenth celebration.
Okay, but like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Cosby, the coalition of successful Black entrepreneurs, is something that is getting ready to happen. I want to explain to my people, to my family, to all my people in the struggle, feel like Kirk Franklin, to everybody that's out there, why this is important. It's important because there is power in number, and it's one of the conversations that I've been having with a number of people, and it doesn't mean that Cosby cannot be a member of the Chamber of Commerce for the city of Saginaw. That is an official piece. Yeah. So for those of you who are out there, before you start getting on the phone and passing the wrong message, Cosby is a part of the Chamber of Commerce, but there needs to be a place where people of color can come together. I love what I see in the Hispanic community, what they're doing with La Unica Civica and the MAC and the other places where we see them come together and work. Y'all love that accent, don't you? I've worked my entire lifetime to make sure that my accent was correct. But anyway, I'm just messing with you all. But it's important for us to have a place that is of our own, where we can unify, where we can air our dirty laundry, as I say, because my grandma used to always tell us, you don't air your dirty laundry in public. You know that, Rob. But we can have a think tank where we can bring in great ideas and throw them against one another, where we can provide support and insight and wisdom. And so I think that this is a great opportunity. So if you are an entrepreneur, please get a hold of Miss Renee Morris. Renee, where can they contact you in regards to Cosby?
989-906-4259.
All right. So that is the number that you can reach her. They also have a social media presence that they've been working on, that a lot of that stuff is going on, but you're going to find a lot of the stuff that's happening with Juneteenth, because Juneteenth is being really elevated to a next level by young Black entrepreneurs. And I am so excited to have this conversation. Rob, let's go ahead. We're going to take this break. We're going to take the quiz. For those of you who are here, get your pen, your paper out. I don't care if you're riding the radio. Tell the passenger to take notes. We're getting ready to take this quick test really quick and see how we do. If we do not get at least an 80% in here, we are canceling Juneteenth for this year because we don't know enough about our history to have it, okay?
Well, remember, our disclaimer is that we're older than you, so.
All right, so everybody that's listening, this is going to be a little bit of fun. This is going to be a little fun for us. Hopefully you guys find it fun as well. All right, so the first question that I have, probably about 10 questions, okay? The first question is going to be multiple choice. The founder of the Nation of Islam was A, Elijah Muhammad, B, Elijah Wood, C, Ralph Ellison. The founder of the Nation of Islam was A, Elijah Muhammad, B, Elijah Wood, C, Ralph Ellison. Ralph Ellison. Please repeat the number. They want the number.
989-906 4259.
4259. All right, we got drill.
The answer?
Yes. What's your answer, Rob?
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Allah is his messenger.
All right, that is correct. We have number one is Elisha Muhammad. All right.
I agree.
Okay. Renee says she's agreed. Before you said it, Geraldine Bowen Walker, we had these conversations at home, y'all. She knew the answer. This is good. We got to challenge one another. This is a good fun time. Question number 2, again, multiple choice. Thurgood Marshall was A, a prominent Black thinker and architect of the Marshall Plan. B, the first Black Supreme Court justice. C, a Harlem Renaissance writer. All right. Let's see what Thurgood Marshall. I'm going to repeat it for those who are in social media because sometimes they get a little delay. Thurgood Marshall was A, a prominent Black thinker and architect of the Marshall Plan. B, the first Supreme Court justice, Black Supreme Court justice. C, a Harlem Renaissance writer. Come on, put your answers in the social media stream. Robert and Renee, I'm gonna let y'all do a consensus. You all have a talk.
The answer is B.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Cerise Steele Phillips, Geraldine Walker, you guys are doing a great job. The answer is B. Woo, we might have a Juneteenth celebration next year. All right, number 3. Okay, once again, Negro League pitcher Satchel Paige played with which famous band leader? Benny Goodman is A, B, Duke Ellington, C, Louis Armstrong. I'm going to ask the question one more time for those who are out there. I see the B's. I see the answers coming in. All right, here's the question again. Negro League pitcher Satchel Paige played with which famous band leader? A, Benny Goodman, B, Duke Ellington, C, Louis Armstrong. All right, so what is your answer?
I'm going to go with B, Duke Ellington.
Yeah.
Oh, Duke Ellington?
I see the Duke Ellington and Lewis, but I'm not sure.
I think it's C.
That's before my time.
Okay, Renee said C. I need you to come to a consensus.
Okay.
At the end, thank you, Yvonne Daniels. Somebody said my black is B. Yvonne Daniels says C. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all scare me.
I knew it wasn't A, but I knew it to be either.
Rob, I need you to understand that your black card is hanging in the balance. Those of you out there, our social media stream seems to be very alert and aware of what's going on. I appreciate you guys playing along with me. This is absolutely fun. I'm going to give you guys another one. We're talking Black history. We're encouraging Black history. Juneteenth is coming. It's about celebrating who we are as a people and where we have come from. All right. So question number 4. This is important. I'm canceling it. Everything hinges on this question. So social media folks, y'all need to listen. Those who are on the radio, make sure that they get it right. As they don't tell them, don't go over a bump and put the wrong number down. All right. So we got to make sure we get it right. Rob, Renee, are you all ready?
Sure.
All right. Here's the question to all of our listeners out there. Number 4. Which amendment to the Constitution guaranteed Black people and all citizens equal protection under the law? Is it A, the 15th Amendment, B, the 26th Amendment, C, the 14th Amendment? Let me ask the question one more again for y'all. My black card was threatened when I hadn't watched Black Panther until this year. I see you, Miss Sharice. You're absolutely funny. All right, but here's the question one more time. This is a very important one, all right? Which amendment to the Constitution guaranteed Black people and all citizens equal protection under the law? A, the 15th Amendment, B, the 26th Amendment, C, the 14th Amendment. Which one is it?
C.
The 14th.
The 14th Amendment. My people, we will have a Black history. We will have Juneteenth. It shall continue.
The 26th Amendment is right to vote, I believe.
Yeah. All right.
18-year-olds can vote, I think it is.
All right. And so I am so proud. I want to ask this one question, and this is the last question of our show on today. And then we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to have a conversation about Juneteenth. Since it appears that we have made our 80% marker. You guys are doing quite well at about 99.9, but 99.5 won't do. Here's the last question. When the United States founding fathers wrote, "All men are created equal," end quote, they meant Black slaves too. The answer is a true or false question. The question once again, when the founding fathers of the United States wrote, end quote, "All men are created equal," they meant Black slaves too. True or false? What's the answer?
False.
Thank you very much, Yvonne Daniels, Rob, Renee. We are all aware we're keeping our black card for another 6 months. We'll have to come back and renew it just like you did your driver's license. The answer is absolutely false. Thank you all. Eric Poole, Yvonne Daniels, Jenny DeMore, all of you that are out there that are sharing in this opportunity. I think that this is good for us. As a matter of fact, we were not. That was the need for that 14th Amendment, was because we were only considered to be 3/5 human.
I was going to say that.
All right. So one of the things in order for slavery to work was that we had to dehumanize the Negro slave in order to give the treatment that we accepted. And that still happens. So no, we were not considered human, but we are now. And so this is where we get the understanding that there is a systematic play, a system that continually is at play, that continually minimizes the contributions, the character, and the standing of Blacks that are a part of the Constitution. Because if it was written before we were even considered human or men or equals, then everything that comes from it or emanates from it needs to be given a second look. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Thank you all that are out there playing along with us. I certainly appreciate you. When we come back, we're going to tell you how you can get involved with making Juneteenth the greatest celebration that we've had in a quite long time. Let's take a quick break. Stay, don't go away. We'll be back with more of Straight Talk.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
Who's ready for a new sensation? Ryan Wasik here from Bell Wasik GMC Buick, home of the lifetime warranty. All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, Bell Wasik GMC Buick is just about the only place where prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration, and it means that you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. So don't change the station. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration and drive a car you love for just $5 down. Do other dealers make you feel lost in translation? My For the People credit approval process is free of frustration. We work with the lenders who want to approve your application. So if your current ride is an irritation, listen to this narration. Because right now you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. It's my deflation celebration. But hurry, this deal's done once I help 27 people beat inflation. I'm Ryan Wasik, and I'm your dealer for the people. See all the deals at RyanApproved.com. That's RyanApproved.com.
Credit and $5 down require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Knoll View Golf Course. You are going to get 18 holes of golf for two and a cart for only $33. It's usually $66, but you are getting it half off. The Knoll View Golf Course is family-owned, built, and operated. Fridays and Saturdays during music night, they offer steak, shrimp, chicken, and salmon on the grill. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.
All right, we are back this side of our commercial break, and since we are all keeping the black cards, I want to say congratulations to the two of you that are here in the studio, to our illustrious content and program director, Yvonne Daniels, for helping us over the threshold. We certainly thank you. It is time to talk about the Juneteenth celebration. What I love about this is that on last year, I know you reached out to me, Renee, and I was just glad. And Rob and I were bombarding probably from January of last year saying somebody needs to do something for Juneteenth. Somebody needs to do something for Juneteenth. Who knew that it would be us doing something for Juneteenth? But you heard us on the radio making the plea, and people were coming in and people were just kind of asking, and we did it. We accomplished it. It happened. I think the Juneteenth pageant was a great success. I remember Miss Junior Juneteenth, Jordan. What was her last name?
Thomas.
Jordan Thomas. She's my absolute favorite. She's got to come back in. Please promise me you'll bring her back in so she can be my co-host on the radio show. I read it to her. She's like, Mr. Bowen, I've been ready to be. When do you want? She's got such a huge personality. I absolutely love it. But this year's Juneteenth, we need come on, call your cousins, your play cousins. Make it seem like, back in the day when black people came on TV, because we weren't on there very often. And you're like, there's some black folks on TV. We're on the radio now. Bring them in so that we can get this information out, because this has really the ability to create a sense of pride and ownership in our community as we talk about it. So there is a lot going on. I'm going to give you guys a website because there's so much stuff going on for Juneteenth or in the month of June surrounding it that has Juneteenth essence that we want to make sure that you're aware. So if you can go to SaginawJuneteenthCelebration.com. And Renee, what I love that you were so gracious about is because, black folks, we will do 50 million different things. We have a barbecue festival on James Street, a barbecue festival on Washington, a barbecue festival on Remington. But what I love that you did, and I know that I talked to Q and Shatira, and what you guys were able to do and pull together, was said, okay, listen, we've been doing this. She was doing her thing. You're doing her thing, your thing. But we've been able to pull some strings together to tie what's happening, Pastor Camel even on the south end of town, to tie everything together. That is what it is about. It's about Umoja, unity. We got to make sure, I said welcome. It is about unity, us coming together and making great things happen. So why don't you go ahead What are we to expect about Juneteenth? We'll get into what's on the calendar and all of the great celebrations, but let's just talk about Juneteenth. This is not a history class, but you just got your black card back. Tell us a little bit about Juneteenth.
Well, Juneteenth is the oldest holiday that is now a federal holiday. It's, I think, about 198 years old, Rob.
I'm too young. You and Rob would have to let me know. Y'all were back there creating the holiday.
Well, if we go back to 1865,
right,
it happened then, and
right after the Civil War.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then celebrations started then and grew throughout different states, and now it's huge. It's been huge for a long time.
It has in other places. You know, it takes
in the South.
Some of us country folk of the North a little bit of time. Go ahead, Rob. What were you going to say?
158 years old.
Yeah.
158 years old. So in January of 1863, President Abraham Lincoln, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation. He actually signed it. Yes. This is where we were talking about the watch night services. Blacks were in church waiting overnight at midnight for the new year to start, for the signing of this, for the Freedom Papers. Nearly 2.5 years later, as you could imagine, it was slow to get the information around. We did not have social media. We did not have Al Gore's internet at the time. And so it took nearly 2.5 years later. Well, there were some other things that were at play. They wanted to make sure that they got, those crops in and got as much free labor as they could. But anyways, June 19th, 1865, the enslaved folks of Galveston, Texas, who still were on the plantation, the edict was read that they were now free. They were read the Emancipation Proclamation to kind of give them, in essence, the freedoms that had been declared 2.5 years prior. There's much more clarity in the story, but the essence of the story is as such. All right. Yes. And so Galveston, which has been celebrating, and they do a big thing. There's a museum. And so now we have, it has been accepted as a national holiday. And we're doing the do. So what should people expect to be exposed to this year? I know last year it was the beginning. Let's talk about the pageant a little bit, because you're doing something on, is it the 16th, 17th? This is the 16th and 17th. Father's Day is on the 18th.
Yes.
So on the 16th, we are having the Miss Juneteenth pageant.
Yes.
What should we expect?
Well, this year we increased the age. We went from 7 to 21, and we have contestants in each category, which is the Little Miss, the Teen Miss, and the Miss Juneteenth.
Okay.
The mayor is our honoree this year, and we will be awarding her a service award from the Juneteenth Celebration Committee. Also, I believe there's a young lady named Miss Sparkle who will be doing some spoken word.
She is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, y'all know my little girl's little sister Sparkle Booze, right?
Yes.
Yes, she is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, Miss Renee, I'm going to ask you to come closer. I don't like people sounding like they're in hallways when they're on my show, so I need you to get between 12 and 16 inches. These are things that we do to make sure that you are heard correctly. I want, so Sparkle Booze is she's doing some spoken word.
Yes, she is.
All of the women, they do a talent.
Yes,
the young women do a talent.
Yes, they do. And then they'll be asked a question. There's no bathing suit or things of that nature. And then they'll do a gown presentation.
And it's absolutely exciting. I was a part of it last year. I'm going to tell you, this is at the Horizon Conference Center.
Yes, it is.
The meal that they prepared for you all, I don't know if we can do an encore presentation, but it was one of the best meals that I've ever eaten at the Horizon.
Yeah,
and it was a great time, great atmosphere. And so that is the Juneteenth pageant. How can people get tickets if they're interested in attending that particular pageant?
You can call me at 989-906-4259, or you can purchase your ticket on the website.
Okay, and the website is
SaginawJuneteenthCelebration.com.
Okay, so I am looking at the website. When you go there, it says Saginaw Juneteenth. You see my girlfriend in a former life, Miss Carlin Gill. I think she is one of the most finest senior women. She was the grand dame of last year's parade. She is on there. But if you scroll down toward the bottom, you'll see a number of things that are on there. Beginning with June 3rd, there is an annual all men's health fair that's taking place at the Dow Event Center. The alumni chapter of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. They're doing men's health fairs, COVID screenings, vaccination and testing, health lectures. There's so many more. We were talking about this before. Tom Joyner used to do take your father or take a brother to the doctor, because Black men don't like going to the hospital. This is one of those initiatives where we're pushing for Black men to encourage Black men to go to the hospital. Take a brother at least to the doctor, right? Not to the hospital. We want to make sure you go to the doctor so you don't have to go to the hospital. All right. And so go ahead, Rob.
Your partner could take you, if you're a man, could take your part.
Absolutely.
And the event starts 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. at the Dow.
Absolutely. And then there is, and this has been going on for a while, but Jazz on Jefferson, Saginaw's historic South Jefferson Avenue, 4:45 to 8 p.m. You have put all of the events that celebrate or are tied to celebration are all a part of this. The Miss Juneteenth pageant on the 16th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can get on SaginawJuneteenthCelebration.com and literally find out all of the celebrations that are taking place. The Juneteenth Freedom Parade starts at Hoyt Park, travels along Washington Avenue, and ends at Joel. Well, we made a transition, so we're going to end at the SVRC building. Am I correct?
The old farmers market.
The old farmers market.
And
But this year, let's talk about this, because we ain't dealing with small hills of beans. You have enlisted the support of someone who is very well known, Miss Annie, used to be McLaurin. Annie Carson. But it's I was going to say used to be McLaurin. Y'all know Jeremiah McLaurin, stand out from Saginaw High, went to Michigan State. His sister Annie McLaurin, she is now Carson. We see there. She's been elicited. She's been brought in to assist, and with that, there is now a stage that will be present. There is entertainment, live entertainment, a band that will be there. This is going to be so exciting. We understand. What's that? The classic car. Yeah, there's classic car. Let me just, I want to give you all an understanding, because I want the entire community to get involved with what's taking place. Now, there's a classic car display that will be taking place. We're asking folks, if you love your Frenchies and your Bulldogs and all those other things, and you put them on a leash and you are responsible for them, we are doing, I love my dog, dog stroll as a part of this as well. So you can bring out those beautiful dogs. I feel a particular way about Rottweilers, but people are having them under control. You control them. You're responsible for them. And maybe it's a Yorkie or whatever it is. People love their dogs. So we're looking for a cross-section of people. If you have a dog that you love them, you want the world to see them, put them on a leash and be a part of the dog stroll. We talked about the classic cars. There's a live band. And do we have the name of that band?
It's an African drum band.
Okay, there's an African drum band that's there. This is going to be phenomenal. There are vendors. If you're a vendor, an entrepreneur, Cosby, this is where I'm saying, because we've had such a great outpour from many of the vendors that were a part of the SVRC marketplace that have decided that they wanted to be a part of what is going on. And so we have those vendors, we've got food trucks, people are coming, music, and then we have a whole section that is going to be the kids zone in Morley Plaza. And so we're talking bounce houses, fun and entertainment, all kinds of things to keep kids involved. 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Shout out to my man, Fuki Seals. Y'all know him as Eugene. He's Eugene, a.k.a. Fuki Seals. And he has been work with the kids on last year. They had an amazing time. He is coordinating that portion of this again. So there is just fun and opportunity. Hey, for you brothers that are out there, come down. Not only do we have classic cars that we'll be giving out some awards to those top performing cars, but we also have a mobile cigar team that is supposed to be a part of this. Am I correct?
We talked about that.
And so we're working.
We're
working out of us. They're probably like, Pastor, why just say it? Well, I'm just telling you what's out there. I don't indulge, but there may be people who enjoy those types of things. So there is entertainment and fun and for everyone in the community. Now, I want to get to some of the. Is there anything else that I'm missing out that maybe I need to highlight as a part of that downtown celebration?
Well, there's a helmet giveaway again. We did it last year.
Yes, if you have young children and they want to get free bike helmets, they were very nice bike helmets. Yes. They meet up to safety standards. We're doing the helmets once again. This is going to be a great opportunity. Then there is on June 8th, in the middle of all this, Michigan Banner and the Latino Banner are sponsoring the Heart of the City Community Awards. I told you the hugest cross-section, most inclusive awards banner of its kind, a gala. Some special announcements. Cherie Williams and the Robert Lee Review Band will be a part of that. You can go to michiganbanner.org to get information on that. But all of these things are leading up or a part of what's taking place with Juneteenth. And it's so exciting. There's a Juneteenth barbecue cook-off. All right. Now, this is my girl, Cool. She's over there. She's been doing this for a little bit as well, for 3 or 4 years. And she is going down on the 17th and 18th as well. She is doing Juneteenth Cultural Center and Museum. That's where it's at. The Juneteenth building is where it is. That's on the corner of 5th Street, right off of Washington. I know that they have African dancers there, face painting games, food, entertainment from 1 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. This is also free to the public. I want to give you guys an understanding why I'm giving you all of these dates, and we're publicizing all of this together because we have been able to work. You've been able to work out something that brings everything together, and that's what I want to be a part of. It is going to be a great celebration this year. In addition to that, there's one more location. A Museum of Black Experience that is happening. It is coming. What was it? Yes, it's coming soon. Our guy Kevin Jones, I know that he said that there might be a change to the date. There may not be a change to the date, but we want you guys to keep your tentacles going. He is the Black Teaking guy who has been bringing Black artifacts, dowels. They call them tchotchkes. I learned this new word from my white friends. Little knickknacks of Black history and facts. And he's been doing this for a while. He has now the Museum of Black Excellence. And it's amazing. I'm seeing pieces of it on social media. Can't wait till it opens. And then on the south end of town, I know that there is something happening with Bishop Campbell on the south end. And what is he doing down there?
It's a Juneteenth celebration with the parishioners on parole.
With parishioners on patrol. Okay, so all of these things, we have something happening on the north side of town. We've got something happening downtown. We've got things happening on the south end of town. And let's talk about how we've been able to have 3 celebrations uplifting freedom of Blacks and our history and our culture and our richness. How are we able to bring these 3 together? Go ahead, Miss Renee.
Well, we have arranged with STARS to bus people or take people to events, all of the events. If you want to go from 5th Street, you can go. If you want to leave 5th and come to SVRC, you can, then leave there and go to Pastor Camel's Church.
Bishop Campbell down on South Sheridan, not Washington, South Sheridan. And so he is right across from the Bigfoot store, I think it's called, the Great Giant Food Store. So there are these 3 celebrations on the north side of Saginaw, on the south side of Saginaw, and anchored by what's happening in downtown Saginaw. And we are now, we have a partnership with STARS is going to be shuttling people. And what's the cost of that?
Oh, well, we won't talk about that.
Okay. All right. So we're working with stars
Yes.
on making that happen.
I believe it's going to be sponsored by
Okay.
them.
And so we're working on that. We're working on free sponsorship. Thank you, Glenn and everyone else that's out there. Jamie, make it happen for your brother. Just a little pressure. But we're working on making that free to people. So when they come, they
Right.
can park in one location,
And
get on a
enjoy.
shuttle, go downtown, go to the south end of town, come to the north end of the town, and get the entire Juneteenth celebration, because each of those locations will have a special flair. I would anticipate what's happening on Fifth Street. The Juneteenth, which happens to be around the corner from me, is going to be very dynamic. She's been doing a number of food trucks and vendors and things. Shatira, great job. My sister, what's happening downtown, we know that we are excited about all of that. The cars and everything else that's taking place. Shout out to my guy, Kareem Shuttlesworth, excuse me, who has been working diligently with us on bringing those key pieces together, and what's happening on the south end of town with Bishop Camel. So those are the things that are happening. Once again, if you're interested in getting this information, just simply go to Saginaw Juneteenth Celebration.com. All of this is there. I see that someone put it in the social media stream. Thank you so very much. All right, so Renee, how are people getting involved? We need volunteers. We need vendors.
Yes.
We need parade entries.
Yes.
Let's really, last year we successfully had a parade.
Right,
Okay.
right.
We did it. Y'all had me out there looking like Mufasa, dressed in my African garb, but I was willing to do it for the culture and for my people.
Yes.
This year we want to get more people involved. If your churches, let's get churches involved with your church shirts. We know y'all got your picnic shirts already for your summer picnics. So just get involved. There is a small entry fee of $35, which is nothing, to support Black happenings and things that are happening in the community. I love the way my Hispanic brothers and sisters come together. They have taken it one step further. They coalesce around what's happening in Detroit. So the people in Saginaw make sure that what they do in Detroit is not on the same days as what's happening in Saginaw, and they work together. This is our opportunity to celebrate and to create history, because so much of what we have done and what we are part of and who we are has been stripped from us. So when we have certain things like Kwanzaa, which celebrates principles that are so very important to life and living and who we are as a people, when we see things like the Juneteenth celebration and Black history, it's important for us to be a part and to show up. All right. So how can people get involved? I have hey, we want to be a part of the parade. What do we do?
You go to the website. When you push get involved or continue, you can see that you can register for the parade on there. You can make the payment on there. So everything's right there.
All right. So when you say it, because I'm looking at the website right now, so I want to have the experience that they're having. So if we're on the website and we say get involved, we're going to work.
Yes. Right.
Volunteer.
Volunteer.
All right. The word is volunteer. We want to make sure that they see what's going down. You're going to scroll down, and right next to
volunteer at the bottom, it says get involved.
Yes. Right next to the beautiful picture of our illustrious mayor, Brenda Moore, Juneteenth 2023 honor, it says volunteer. So you can click volunteer right there. There's also a sign up link that's on the bottom right corner. There's a lot going on here, so y'all got to go see right above some of the banners and things. There's a vendors, click here. So if you're a vendor, it talks about Freedom Parade, live entertainment, meet and greet with living legends, 3-on-3 basket, all of the things that we've talked about. It says vendors, click here, and it's showing you to click in that location if you're interested in being a vendor. So there are a number of folks who have already signed up to be vendors, and we're looking for more vendors. What types of vendors? Because we don't want everybody to have the same thing. So what types of vendors do we have, or are we looking for?
Well, we need sales and food vendors. We need radio, live broadcasts.
She's at the radio. So Rob's over there filing his nails and doesn't realize she's over here throwing like Rob is sitting there like, good luck with that. But we're certainly excited about it. Yeah. So if you are a vendor, if you're an entrepreneur, if you T-shirts, now let me say this, because I want to make sure. During the events of 2020. When everybody was talking about Black Lives Matter, Green Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, there was another campaign that was going on, and we understood what it was saying underneath the surface when it was saying Blue Lives Matter. And I want every officer to make it home. I want everybody to make it home safely. Mm-hmm. But we understood what that campaign was about, right? Mm-hmm. So during that time, Walmart, and I'll say it by name, and I'm not saying allegedly because I got the cups to prove it. So this is not anything that I'm making up, but they had cups that were saying Blue Lives Matter that they were selling in the stores. Mm-hmm. All right. So now guess what happens to the number one retail chain in the country now that Juneteenth is going to be a celebration? I guarantee you, if not already, you go into these stores and no,
okay. I am so surprised.
Okay, not yet.
You see the 4th of July, but I am not seeing Juneteenth.
Okay, and I don't want to see Juneteenth in there
because it's an opportunity for us to sell these items.
Okay, I'm telling you, maybe not in these stores, but I'm going to tell you, if they can sell water or sand in the desert, they absolutely will.
Oh yeah.
And so what they will do is capitalize off of us as folks. Mm-hmm. Hey Renee, I'll reach out to you tomorrow. Note taken, Yvonne Daniels. We certainly thank you for chiming in, because she's trying to put us in a headlock over here, Yvonne. And me and Rob are just smiling and grinning like good little black brothers should do, man. But they will capitalize on those things. And so we want to make sure that if anybody capitalizes off of Juneteenth things, that it's us. Mm-hmm. No one has ever been a slave in the United States like black folks. We were the best slaves, and it sounds crazy to say it, but we were the best slaves that slaves could be, because there are other people who are now desirous to say that they were slaves as well. So we were Master's favorite slaves. If you want to say that, y'all know what I'm saying when I come from that. Yeah. So no one should be celebrating or capitalizing off of that. So we do have Juneteenth shirts that are made a part of this. Mm-hmm. I was talking with another young kidpreneur who would be involved, and they are also doing Juneteenth celebration. So just make sure that the materials and the things that you're purchasing are from folks of color, from black folks. Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Miss Renee?
Last year, I think it was an ice cream that was put in the stores, and there was a immediate response, and they had to pull it off the shelves.
Now, so if y'all want some ice cream, I know Delicious Sweets is out there.
That was the point, is that it wasn't a black company.
That's what I'm saying. Right. She churning ice cream. So if y'all want ice cream, congratulations to her. She is newly engaged, just a couple weeks new. Okay. But if you want some ice cream, go and get some ice cream from her. Right. You can get some cheesecake ice cream and all the other flavors that they're making up over there. I think that they do like actually homemade ice cream. Rob, were you going to say something to me?
George Harvin says that she purchased a Juneteenth shirt with a hood 2 years ago from Walmart.
Thank you, Jude. I'm not crazy. I know what the people will do. And so we want to make sure. Thank you so very much, Joyce, for sending that information. But we will have shirts that are from entrepreneurs that are black in our community and local, right? Mm-hmm. It's one thing to buy something from, a Hispanic or a black entrepreneur in our community, just in general. But we want to make sure that we're buying these things from those that are in our community. When we do Cinco de Mayo, I'm buying from the folks that are in the community. All right. And so we want to do the same thing here with Juneteenth. Deidre Jones, congratulations. See, yes, That red velvet cake is fire. I'm not sure what she's talking about. Maybe Deidre, God bless you. I'm not sure if she went to the wrong show, but she's obviously happy about some red velvet cake. There'll be those vendors out there as well. Miss Juneteenth. Miss Moore, give me that number once again. The website is Saginaw Juneteenth Celebration.com. Give me the number where they can contact you to get involved.
989-906-4259.
All right. Thank you so very much, Deidre Joe. You know I love you. She was talking about that red velvet cake from Delicious Sweets. All right.
Yeah.
So Delicious Sweets, Heavenly Cakes, all of them are out there. Juneteenth is around the corner. Call, get involved. Let's make it happen. I want to see an explosion of the city of Saginaw, our vibrancy, our history, our entrepreneurship, our entertainment, and our talent, our youth. Let's get them all involved. Thank you for being a part of the show, Miss Morris, and thank you all for tuning in our social media. Everyone gets to keep their black card for another year. You all take care of yourselves and each other. God bless you. Grace and peace.
You're listening to Straight Talk with Kareem Bowen on KISS 107.1.